This show is intended for adult audiences. You know, people with bills, backaches, responsibilities, and a functioning sense of humor. It contains strong language, stronger opinions, and the kind of jokes that might send the emotionally fragile into a full-blown meltdown. If you're easily offended, perpetually outraged, or think words are violence, this is your cue to clutch your pearls, grab a blankie, and sprint to your nearest safe space. Or, you know, just get in the sea. We won't miss you. For everyone else, buckle up and let's have some laughs.
Rated D for Dickhead.
You are coping and seething. You just can't accept what you're seeing.
Hello, you dirty little boys. Are you interested in my body?
I'm gonna come.
Nice tits.
A real setup of donkers. Packing some Doban hunkeros.
The power of one. The power of two. The power of man.
What's going down, babes? Show me the lovin'.
Silence! You are too gay to be the doctor.
I'm wonderful, and I'm the most amazing person in the universe.
Exterminate!
These people are making a lot of money, print money, cash, money,
well,
capitalism.
You're watching Will of the Fans! Let's fucking go!
I'm afraid I've got some bad news. Bad news.
Engines roar through the ash gray skies. The wasteland burns, but hope won't die. Every screen's a twisted lie, built to break us, make us comply. They poison the heroes, rewrite the tales, turn legends to dust, leave us frail. But we're not done, we won't bow down. Through the wreckage, we'll take the crown. Steel hearts ignite, fire in our veins. Freedom's calling, breaking the chains. They can't erase what we already know. HyperDrive now, let's fucking go. HyperDrive time, we're burning the night. Blazing through shadows, our stories ignite. Will all the fans come ride with me as we laugh at foolish hypocrisy? HyperDrive time, it's now or it's never, as long as they rule. Let's fucking go forever. Forever. Oh, forever. Forever. Go forever. What the hell is even that?
Muted. Hello? Oh my god, the fucking microphone muted itself. What an auspicious start to a brand new show. How lovely is that? What a fucking shit show. Oh my god. Thank you so much, you stupid microphone. Don't you just hate it when they have like a button that's not a button? And you can hit it by just touching it? It's like the worst technology ever because you're always accidentally touching it. How fucking annoying is that? Whatever, anyway, we got it sorted. You never know what it's going to be on this fucking show, I swear. Professional live streamer, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, not at all just a retard on the internet. No. Anyway, it doesn't really matter because at the end of the day, straight out of hell, welcome back. Will of the Fans is the channel, and I'm Will. You know the drill, and it's drive time somewhere, which means it's HyperDrive Time theoretically everywhere. So, ladies and gentlemen, and of course, nothing in between, welcome once again to another voyage of discovery, racing through the wastes of the internet to the further reaches of your sanity on a never-ending quest to rid the universe of absolute freaking bollocks. Now, let's get into the stuff. We've got a lot to talk about today, and we're going to do it. That's why I'm here, you know. So who's here? We can see already. It's nice of you guys to drop in. Obviously, I changed the time. We're 3 hours later than I normally would be. I wanted to see if I could potentially get a few extra people to notice that we are live. So please, you know what to do. But before we do all that, of course, St. Hugo showed up with the Vindaluvian Empire's flag. I need to rework that. I need to make a proper one for the intro to WTF Live. But, you know, the things that I need to do is a list that stretches out of my studio, over to my bedroom, round the corner, down the stairs, through the living room, past the dining table, out the door, and wraps around my car. It's ridiculous, the amount of shit that I have to do. I got side projects. I got projects for friends. I got no time. That's what I got. No time in hell. So thank you for being around, and I do appreciate you dropping a membership. I will get to that in a second. It's an opportunity, obviously, if anyone else wants to join you. I'll get to them in a moment. Would very much appreciate the support. The channel is, you know, shadow banned up the ass, and lately it's been a bit of a dry spell, so I haven't had the greatest of resources at my disposal. Genuinely wondering if I'm going to have to go get a job in a month. So we'll fucking find out. Let's find out, hey. In the meantime, and everybody's here. Skibbity's here. Hello to you too. Then everybody's telling me I'm muted. Sound will need a lip reading AI, and then we're back. And UAF Omega says he's always accidentally touching it. Touching what? No, I know what you mean. You mean your microphone, of course, but I couldn't let that slide. I had to get it in there somewhere, didn't I? Oh, wait, that... No, I just did it myself. Fuck. Oh, fuck. Oh, Jenna. Oh. Yes, it's HyperDrive Time, ladies and gentlemen. We do appreciate you being here. It's glorious. And, of course, we've got a lot of things we're going to talk about today. But if you are liking the stream, I have a request. You know what it is. If you're watching on YouTube, if you're watching on Rumble, like the stream. Like the stream. If you like that stream, it helps to pick up some lost souls along the way. Further, your in-flight entertainment can be found by hitting that join button and joining the GRIFT Force, which helps to keep this ship in the skies. And to be honest, it's kind of low to the ground at the moment, so that would be much appreciated. Or you can ping us a super chat, of course, if you have any questions or comments, or you just want to pull over for a second. I would appreciate that too. But with all of that said, we've got a show to do. Having said that, though, St. Hugo did indeed gift one for the GRIFT Force and for the Princesses of the Fans. Much appreciated, mate.
Let's go, GRIFT Force! Doing it for the princesses!
I really do. That means a lot to me, especially you guys actually showing up for this, because I thought, really, honestly, I'd be streaming to nobody because I've moved the bloody time slot. And also, then about 10 minutes before I went live, I realized that I'm now competing with Geeks and Gamers, which is wonderful. So I might have to move it again. We'll see. If the stream does better than average, then I'll keep it here. If it doesn't, then I'll move it. And there we go. Then uafomega is here off the top rope with the $2 super chat. Thank you very much. Says Larian Studio did an AMA on Reddit today. Really? Really? You've got my DMs on X, right? Care to send me a link to that? I'd like to take a look. I'll check it out. Anyway, we are live, and that's what I'm trying to share to people at the moment, because I meant to tell the mods, and I don't know if I did tell the mods. So I might have to deputize someone in a moment, but we'll see. In the meantime, thank you very much. And if you could send me a link to that, I will get to it at some point. Oh, you've done it already. You legend. Look at you. All right, fuck it. Let's have a look now then. I was looking for a way to start this. Uh-oh. What's going on here? I don't seem to have it. Internal server error. All right, maybe I'll just Google it myself. Larian Studios. Okay, seems to have popped in now. For some reason, the link didn't work, but it worked anyway. Guess I could have just Googled it in the first place. What a prick I am. Oh, well. Thanks for being here. And we've lost one already. All right, here we go. We're getting felted today. It's the felt cast. Here we go. Let's share this then. Have a look at it. Why not? I like it. It's Friday. I generally speaking, I like to keep the Friday stream a little bit more chill. We're just going to talk about topics that we haven't really covered in the week. I'm going to be just chilling out with you guys. Let me know what you want to talk about. If there's something you want to bring to the table, it's Friday. I'm open to it. So please go ahead. Now then, Larian Studios, Divinity MA. Did this. Okay, so Sven, yes. Adam, yeah. Of course. Where is... Fuck, how do I find it? Is it actually possible to actually revisit it or what? I don't know Reddit. I stay far away from Reddit. The AMA has ended. Is it fucking further down? What am I looking for here? I don't fucking understand Reddit. It's for weirdos and pink hairs and stuff like that. Okay, 2 questions. Did we get answers to these? One more reply. I agree everyone should have a chance to speak. Black Okage. I know that name. Oh, there we go. Okay, so we got the questions here, right? Cool. I see. Man, Reddit's gay, isn't it? I liked Reddit for like 1 month, and then I discovered how many leftists there are on it. So I got rid of it. And also, it's just part of getting old at this point, isn't it? Anyway, what is your writing process like in terms of planning and accommodating players who like to do quests out of order to find hidden little details? Adam Larian. Okay. All right. Which one's he? He's the writing director. Good, right? The writing process is to embrace the chaos, to encourage the chaos, to be at one with the chaos. I like that answer. The first thing we tend to do in playtesting in our own situations is run them out of sequence, break them in every conceivable way, and see how far we... Good, that's just called QA, my friend. The greatest joy I get is seeing somebody go far off the beaten path and they assume we'll have lost track of them, then they stumble across something we put there just for them. Solid answer. Very good. I'm really starting to like Larian Studios, you know. I didn't have an opinion on them very much until recently, because obviously I saw... the things that they've been working on and stuff like that. But then, of course, there was that whole AI bullshit that happened to them after Baldur's Gate 3 and with the Divinity trailer. And that looked monstrous. That is one fucking brutal trailer, by the way. If you actually sit down and watch it, because I edited it into a video. And when I was editing it, I realized that there's so much in it that I completely missed during the Game Awards stream. Like people having blood orgies, and some of them are not human. There's like weird anthros there. I was like, I don't know about this. But then I thought, okay, it depends what they're trying to say. And it looked like these are the bad guys. So fair enough. It's one of your... No, is there a reply to this one? No. There's going to be a lot of AI questions. Fair enough. I'm a software engineer that's always worked on financial technology, and one of the things I find so interesting about video game development is the big reliance on manual software testing. Every piece of code that I write can be tested automatically, either through a unit test or an integration test. What makes video game development so different? Why does it require so much manual testing? Well, because the people who are going to play it are going to be people. That's obvious, isn't it? I mean, I'm not reading his answer here, but I would assume that's what he's going to say. It's going to be something along the lines of people are going to think in weird, wacky, and unpredictable ways that machines would not. So human testing of video games is the only logical thing to do. But let's see what he says. A video game in logical terms is a running simulation that has different results with the same input depending on various conditions. Yeah. That said, simulation has a lot of systems and subsystems and may or may not be active due to the same conditions. The more systems you have, the more permutations of the interaction you get, of course. The amount of integration tests starts growing exponentially, and at some point it has a diminishing return on such tests. Yeah, of course, that's the chaos that he was talking about. You don't know what the player will do. You don't know if they might go halfway to Whiterun in Skyrim and then turn around and go and do the fucking Thieves Guild quest line right up until getting the skeleton key, and then continue with the Whiterun Fighters Guild quests. You don't know if the player is going to do anything that any of your testers did. And there's no way to know until you release the game except extensive testing. And, you know, you can do automated testing and human testing because automations will test every possible permutation in a logical way, presumably. I don't know. I'm no expert on this, but I'm guessing. And I'd say it's a fairly educated guess. Played a lot of video games in my life, after all. And then the human will come along and go, I'm just going to go left, right, then diagonally northwest, then south. Then I'm going to go east, then I'm going to jump off a bridge. And then I'm going to try and walk into this wall and see if I can clip through anything. You know, just, you don't know what the fucking thing is going to do. And it might stumble across just a pattern that even a machine would never have thought of testing. So that's my answer. We'll see what he says. Usually this is a point where a lot of developers stop and start using manual testing to make sure the most common player interactions are covered. Right. Obviously, there's going to be an awful lot of things that we do that are weird and wacky and unique to us, the player. That's the beauty and wonder of video games. But at the same time, there's also going to be an enormous amount of things that we do that are exactly the same as every other player does at the same time. We're going to go to that store. We're going to go straight to the counter. We're going to buy a sword. We're going to sell our old sword. We're going to buy a shield. We're going to sell our old shield, etc., etc. At Larian, we had a bit of a different approach. We used TDD to ensure UT coverage. UT coverage? What's UT coverage? I don't know. In combination with writing high-level test scripts that are supposed to test the feature programmer providing in isolation like a test level, right? At the same time, our QA using same scripting language to automate their test routines in order to test situations and combats in-game like it would be a player. That still doesn't remove the need for manual testing. One of the main requirements of the game is to be fun. Well, there's that too. Yeah, that's a good point, actually. The whole thing might function brilliantly and be boring as all hell. That's the thing. Fun as Rockstar got correct in 2012 when they released the GTA 3 trailer. I want to say they absolutely focused on fun, and that was the number one reason why people were very pleased with that trailer. After the very, very serious, dark, gritty GTA 4, people were ready for a little bit of fun again. You know, like, let's just fuck around and see what we can do in this world. And they created the most popular, highest selling media item that has ever been sold anywhere in the world at that time on any medium ever, because it's fun. So correct. For that, having a person who would play the feature and would give you feedback if it's fun from that player perspective is immense help. Also, sometimes as a developer, you can't guess what shenanigans a player would do. Famous barrelmancy or speedrunners, right. And having a team that can do that and also validate that what is done is matching what we requested is highly valuable. Yeah. Sounds kind of like what I said. Sven said your next game would be smaller than Baldur's Gate 3. Did you guys change your minds, or are you also working on a smaller project? That was back when we were thinking of another D&D game, but that ship has sailed. Interesting. Got some replies. Wow, the king himself replied to me. Thanks. Fucking simp. All right. Okay. All right, imagine playing a demon character. You have the option to go against the demons. Blah, 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 blah. Is there anything specific you were not able or allowed by Wizards as IP holder to do in Baldur's Gate 3 that you want to do in Divinity? We had all the freedom we needed on BG3, but the game was based on 5e, which is a system that was made for tabletop, not for video games. Most of the limitations came from that. That's fair. That was the point of Baldur's Gate in the first place, was to be D&D. Any game completely outside the genre you're working on, or a comfort zone that inspires you in game development? The Seance of Blake Manor impressed me so much. I play lots of games, and that was a highlight. I don't even know what that game is. The Seance of Blake Manor. Let's have a look. Oh, it's an indie game. Let's have a look. Good play.
What secrets are hiding here in Blake Manor? And Where is Evelyn Dean? Time is running out.
Interesting.
Miss Dean didn't leave the hotel, and somebody wants us to think that she did. I really need to sort all this out.
Hello, Sardoc.
I'm at my wits' end, Declan Ward.
Huh. Not bad. Not bad. Kind of interesting, I suppose. The approach to storytelling is so different to ours, but it's hugely inspirational from the structure to the characterization and the setting. Loved it. So that's an indie game that's called The Seance of Blake Manor. Apparently, it was played by Adam, the writing director at Larian Studios, he said in an AMA. So I thought I'd check it out. All of this was recommended to us, by the way, earlier. Excuse me. Because I said, hey, have you got anything you want to talk about? So that's how we got into it. And uafomega super chatted it, so we're taking a look. If you got anything you want me to take a look at, it's the Friday stream. It's a bit more chilled. I have some topics, but, you know, we'll get to them. So don't fear. Super chat whatever you want. What are the main lessons you've taken from developing and launching Baldur's Gate 3 that you'll apply to Divinity? All right, that's a good question. There are a lot of lessons, and a single post is not enough to cover them all, so here are a few. Short and direct communication is a must for quick decision-making and iteration. Fuck yeah. Damn right it is. No questions there. Avoid middlemen in any process and try to bring people working together on the feature as close as possible to each other. Yes, correct. As in, no remote play, no remote work. Automated testing and unit tests is a lifeline to keep such a big project alive and going. Yeah. What does an automated test look like? For a project like Baldur's Gate 3, TDD, when you write code, add integration tests using a scripting language after the test feature is done to prove everything works together. Block code submits, commits, unless they all pass all UTS. I don't fucking know, man. This is way above my standard. UTs and some core integration tests to ensure build stability. Have build servers running all integration tests and UTs. Fair enough. That's not something I could possibly weigh in on because I'm not a dev. I don't know. I'm just a professional appreciator, or lack thereof, I suppose. What was that? We're taking notes on the UI mods for sure. All right, let's get to a new question. Looting system, random or level development. Don't care about that. Are there any books we'd be surprised inspirations for the lore, environment, overall vibes? The writing team is constantly recommending books to each other, and it makes for a wonderful and eclectic hodgepodge. The current read is The Chatelaine by Kate Hartfield. Don't know what that is, but I'm sure it'll join all the countless other books rattling around in my head as inspiration. Fair enough, I suppose. The Player of Games, Queen Demon, Collected Poems of W.B. Yeats. City of Saints and Madmen, Saints, Bad Behavior, Children of God, Barabek, Drive Your Plows Over the Bones of Dead. Wow. That sounds definitely like something that inspired the trailer I saw. So yeah, fair enough. You seem to have nailed it. Is Divinity slated to run on Divinity Engine 5 or a clean slate design? For each game, we are bringing significant changes to our engine. Since Divinity Engine is fully our own creation, it makes it easier to alter it to serve a new game rather than write a new engine from scratch. Fair enough. We have indeed moved to the 5th iteration of our game for the engine for the next game. Increasing the size and density of the game was an important goal, but we've also substantially improved the visual quality of the game. A lot of effort has been put in increasing the quality of materials and lighting in general. Character rendering specifically also received a lot of attention from the whole engine team. That's cool. That's cool. Playable races and classes, no answer yet. Okay. Ending of the day, going to camp to interact with your companions. Will there be something similar? We'll give you space to build your relationships with the companions. I won't go into too much detail here. Canon issues, DOS 2 introduced, Divinity game. It basically acted as a soft retcon. Yeah, Hypno mentioned something like that. It's the same continuity, but it's a standalone story. Long-term Divinity fans will find lots of familiar things, but it's never just fan service. Has to serve the story we're telling. The Divinity universe is full of weird and wonderful characters, and I'm really excited to be part of that legacy. Fair enough, fair enough. Yeah, pretty good, pretty good. All right, well, you know, it looks like it's shaping up to be quite an interesting fucking game. The trailer was brutal. Really, really brutal. Absolutely freaking shocking, actually. Like, I was when the guys like burned alive at the stake. It was fucking hell, man. Yeah, there we go. Anyway, we have some other stuff to talk about, but please feel free to drop a topic if you have something. Super chat it to me, and I'll give it a look. In the meantime, GTA 6. You know, oh, they're on Blue Sky. Yeah, everyone's on Blue Sky. It's annoying. I started watching a channel recently that did retro gaming. It did like the worst consoles ever or something. And they're really good videos, really well made. They're kind of old now. Like we're talking like 12 years old. Some of these videos still going now. I think the channel's called something. I don't know. I can't remember. Anyway, really good channel. And then I went to sort of look at the socials because I thought, this guy's good. I want to talk to him. Blue Sky. No X. I was like, ah. It sucks because you can tell. It's like I was watching some old iDubbbz bullcrap the other day with his crazy ass wife Anissa, and she's like, you know, you can't tell if people are right or left leaning based on their appearance, and she thought she was so smart for saying that, and I'm like, fuck are you talking about? You can absolutely tell a leftist. You just look for the tats, the piercings, the crazy hair. If a guy's walking around in like cargo pants or shorts and a baggy t-shirt and a baseball cap like me, he's probably based. It's probably fair to say. If he's walking around wearing a beanie cap, a beanie hat with like long hair sticking out the sides, and I hate this. I used to be like this guy, you know. He's probably a crazy libtard. It's really not that difficult to spot a libtard. Or, you know, if it's a middle-aged white woman in America. Pretty much. But it was really annoying because they're like, oh, you can't spot this stuff from far away. You really can't. But you can. You absolutely can. And the thing is, though, when you watch old stuff on channels, you don't know what they turned into. So when you get to current day, you go to their socials, they appropriated punk culture. Yes, they did. Yes, I know. I'm literally wearing a Green Day t-shirt right now from Milton Keynes Bowl 2005, the gig of gigs. I was there, and I used to like Green Day, and I used to be fairly liberal-minded. I used to be total centrist, really. I was conservative in my values and liberal in my like sort of optimism for the future, and then libertarian in my belief in what government should be. But yeah, then you see Billy Joel Armstrong going like, I'm not a part of the MAGA agenda. And it's like, would you please grow up? Like, please, like you're not punks anymore. You're the establishment now. It's okay. It happens to all of us. Just grow up. All right? Fuck. I say that. I'm still sitting in a Green Day t-shirt, a baseball cap with my own logo on it, and cargo pants, shorts. At 40 years old. But it is a tropical country, so that's my excuse. And I have some dad clothes when I need them. I sure do. You better believe that. Anyway, yeah, so that's basically the problem of trying to find whether someone is based or a libtard. It's really difficult. Yeah, you know that like in the intro when I like turn around and it has my name card on it? That is based entirely on what I actually look like walking around. So there you go. Like Rage Against the Machine turned into Rage for the Machine. Exactly. Exactly like that. Correct. Exactly. Anyway, right, hold on a moment. I'm going to get a topic for you all because I wanted to talk about this because we've been speculating about this for a while now. since GTA 6 was delayed to next year, or no, it's this year now, isn't it? Well, I say that. Stick around, we'll get to it. It turns out that they might be delaying it again. Which means that problematic white guy, John, you might, if you even know I'm live right now, you might be right. You might get your hat trick of most anticipated game at the Game Awards. If GTA 6 doesn't come out this year, we may be looking at a 3-time consecutive winner of most anticipated game at the Game Awards. And that would be a very interesting thing to happen, because Gigs and Gamers has the article here. GTA 6 may be delayed again, as Rockstar reportedly still can't lock down content. What does that even mean? What does that even mean? I don't know. Let's take a look. Marvin's got it. The long-awaited release of Grand Theft Auto 6 or GTA 6 may be delayed again, slipping further out of reach. I swear to you, I'm starting to believe him now. I'm starting to believe John. I'm starting to think he might be right when he says it's going to be the hat-trick winner. It's going to be the fat chick thriller. It's going to do it. It's going to get the hat trick at the Game Awards for most anticipated game. It is. I'm starting to feel like it. I really didn't think... I thought this would be the last one, like the last delay of GTA 6, and they'll finally come out and, you know, everyone will rush to buy PS5s or whatever, and I'll wait a week like I always do and then tell you what it's like when I get hold of it. Although you probably already know before I do. But it won't be a week anyway. I might not even bother, to be honest. I might just, out of principle, wait for PC, because I've managed to last 6 years without buying a PS5, and I don't want a PS5. So anyway, according to Bloomberg reporter Jason Schreier, fuck, it's always that guy, isn't it? GTA 6 is still not content complete, with Rockstar Games reportedly continuing to actively develop missions, levels, and core gameplay elements. Even more concerning, Rockstar has allegedly not finalized what content will actually ship with the game, raising serious concerns about whether its current release window is realistic. That's a big problem, guys. That's a big problem. Holy shit, is that a big problem? Like, we really are dealing with a situation here where these guys are not going to figure out what it is that they want to do. Like, they can't decide. I think maybe. I don't know. I'd like to speculate for a second, if I may. By the way, like the stream, support the channel. I think they're scared. I think they made a very, very woke game. I just have a feeling, based on what John's told me, what we know about the DEI certificate mandate at Rockstar Games. I think they made an incredibly DEI-oriented game, and they're now fucking running scared, and they don't know what to do. Because if they release a DEI game, it will be the ruination of the entire company. With the amount of money they've sunk into it, you'll lose half your audience instantly. It's just a speculation. Just a theory. A game theory. Anyway, I always wanted to say that. According to Bloomberg, Jason Schreier, GTA 6 is still not content complete, blah, blah, blah. I read that already. For a game that has already been delayed multiple times and marketed as the next evolution of open world gaming, this lack of certainty is a red flag. Right. So you've got a game. You've decided to make this game. You're going to make this game. It's going to be the greatest game of all time. It's going to be the biggest game of all time. You're going to sink $1 billion into the fucking development costs. You're going to take years and years and years of development, and it's going to be the next paradigm shifting pop cultural mirror of our time, right? Except that the creators walked out and you've got everybody to take DEI certification courses. Okay, so now you see that not only did Trump win, obviously that happened, but then the culture shifted massively, again, massively back to what it used to be. And as a result of that, you're now scared shit. This is all complete conjecture on my part. I have nothing to say except pure conjecture. It's just a gut feeling. And sometimes my gut feelings come true. We'll never know. But I think they need to rework the fucking content. I think they need to rethink a few things. I think they need to take the damn training wheels off this game a little bit. And that's why they still can't decide what to do. It's funny, really, because if Dan Houser were there, I think it was Dan Houser. Dan Houser's the one who left, right? Yeah, Dan Houser left. Sam Houser's still there. If Dan Houser left, if he was there, he would know what to do. He always knew what to do. And Laszlo as well. Pardon me. Laszlo was a big part of the writing and the comedy in those games. Iris Rhoda, a person who was on my panel last night while I said I was moving the stream. Big love, Rhoda. New time slot or something random. No, it's the new time slot, man. You were with me yesterday. I said I'm moving the stream 3 hours back to see if we can get some new viewers. But as it stands right now, I'm standing in the shadow of a titan. But hey, I committed to this time, so I'll go with it. Anyway, we'll see. We'll plan ahead. We're here for 2 hours. We'll see how it goes. Anyway, it looks like John might be right, Rhoda, because it appears that GTA 6 may be getting delayed again. Just because they can't decide what the fucking content should be. They are still building, not polishing. Holy shit. That's outrageous. How can you still be building a game you are hoping to release this year unless you are an indie dev working with RPG Maker? You have got no chance. Holy shit. This game is getting delayed again. This game is going to be 2027. This game is going to be 2027. You thought I meant 3 hours earlier. No, 3 hours later, buddy. This game is going to be 2027. Oh my God. 1 second. Sorry, I dropped something. This game is going to be 2027, and it's going to be a hat trick winner. The Fat Chick Thriller. It's going to be the hat trick winner at the Game Awards. John, I now believe you completely. Where is John? We got to get John in here. Fucking hell, man. Unbelievable. Schreier recently explained on the Button Smash podcast. Hey guys, let's come up with a name for a video game podcast. What are you going to call it? Button Smash. You sure about that? Yeah, what's wrong with that? Oh, I don't know. It's just the most generic name that ever existed, ever. Okay. The Rockstar is still in development mode, deep in development mode, not final polish. This is not what you want to hear when a game is supposedly targeting a major release window in under a year. Oh, this is a shit show. This is a shit show. Fucking hell. Studios that are confident in their timelines are trimming, optimizing, and rocking replicating what all needs to be stopped. Right? The fact that Rockstar hasn't reached that stage yet suggests the project scope has once again grown beyond its ability to fit that. Okay, so they think it's a figure. Now, you know, I've heard a few things. I've spoken to a few people. I have it on reasonable authority that we may be looking at a game not only taking up an entire state like San Andreas did, but the online may include locations from the last two games, which would mean a GTA Online where you can be in Florida, New York, or California. Now, I don't know. I think that would be earth-shattering, internet-breaking news if they did that. But how much bigger could the scope get if that were actually true? I think it's not that. I don't think it's scope. I think it's content. That's right. John did say that. He did. And if history tells us anything, Rockstar does not rush releases just to meet deadlines. All right, so we are genuinely looking at a 27 release for GTA 6 now. It looks like that, right? November is a target, not a promise. Fuck my life. While a November 2026 release has been floated internally, Schreier made it clear that no one at Rockstar can say with confidence that the game will actually launch then. Wow. Wow. Holy shit, son. Wow. You guys. Wow. Yeah. I think John might have been right. So much of it looks polished and ready to go, but then there's probably just these huge chunks that they can't make up. I think it's probably more likely the story. It's not going to be good anyway. I think it will be good. I think at this point Rockstar could probably shit out on their worst day something people would want to play. I don't know that the story or the environments or the pop culture references will be any good. And honestly, there are two types of GTA fans now. There's the original GTA fans, people my age and a little bit younger, a little bit older, and a lot older, who played GTA 1 when we were kids, played GTA 2, had our minds blown by 3, and then the goat of all goats, Vice City, and then the bloat of all bloats, still great though, San Andreas. And then GTA 4, we were like, yeah, okay, it's time to grow up, I guess. But then, of course, GTA 5, we're like, okay, good, it's not time to grow up. We can do this forever. Let's go, let's go. And then GTA 6 is like, wow, buddy, Schrodinger's video game. And, of course, we've had two cultural shifts in the development of this fucking video game. Since Grand Theft Auto 6 came out, yeah, San Andreas is a great game. Great game. Very, very good game. I just wanted something to rhyme with GOAT. It's probably better than Vice City, to be honest. It's just that Vice City is Vice City. The setting, and this is the point I'm trying to make, right? All these people like us who've been waiting all this time, we got into GTA for the fun and the chaos and the mayhem, but we grew up with it. So we witnessed it becoming the pop culture mirror. The parody of parodies. The whole fucking culture gets a parody in GTA 6, in GTA 5, in GTA 4. In GTA 4, remember, like, they had the smartphone thing. They had friends calling you up all the time. But do you remember what the bloody phones looked like? The phones in GTA 4, they still had buttons, my friend. That's how old it is. Literally, where's a picture? Here you go. Hold on. GTA 4. Here is the mobile phone from GTA 4. Right? That's Grand Theft Auto 4. And then, of course, by the time you had GTA 5, everybody had iFruit, of course, which is the smartphone of the time. But if you actually look at the smartphones in GTA 5, they look like this. So even they're old as fuck now. You know what I mean? There's none of this stuff like where you can see. Hang on, my wallpaper is. There's none of this stuff, you know, where you got the whole screen visible. And there you go. So we've had not only two massive, drastic era changes during the development of GTA 6 in terms of technology, but we've also had the rise and fall of woke, the rise and fall of liberal agendas that have turned into authoritarian nightmare fuel. It's crazy. That's how long it's been. So I think you've got fans like us who really are worried because we don't know if they can still do the big parody that they have to do. And then you've got fans of like just online, basically. The youngsters, the kids who play GTA online now, who just run around all the time, killing each other and building their wealth and blah, 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 blah. And they barely care about the story or the parody that it represents. They're just there to play the game. So those people will be satisfied no matter what. But we will be furious if GTA 6 comes out and refuses to poke fun at the left and only pokes fun at the right. It's just the way it is. I genuinely wonder if that's the cause. I really do feel like that, based on what John has said about his internal knowledge of Rockstar, what we discovered with the DEI testing and all of that, if this is like they're still building, is if they're building the story or the parody. So there we go. Anyway, their obsession with perfection. Yeah, I don't know about that. Like, okay, yes, they want to release this game and it has to work and it can't have bugs and it has to be the most perfect game they ever gamed. Otherwise, you know, they'll be roasted forever on the internet for what is now a 13-year development. It's absurd, even though it's not actually 13 years of development, but it's 13 years since iterations of the game. So if they don't release it this year, I will laugh my ass off. I'll tell John that he got the W there. And if it wins a third Game of the Year, most anticipated game award, oh boy, we will be laughing our heads off for the rest of time. A hat trick of anticipated game awards is unprecedented. In fact, I'm pretty sure 2 in a row is unprecedented, but I don't know. Anyway, there you go. GTA 6. What a shit show. What a shit show. Did we get any super chats or anything? No. Oh my god. Oh my god. That's it. I'm gonna go on Upwork. Right. Apply for a job. Video editor wanted. Yeah, there you go. It's a shit show. Ignoring all the other IPs under their umbrella was the most stupid aspect of being greedy and lazy. Yeah, they should have released a Manhunt, a Bully, Max Payne. There's loads of stuff, actually. But the thing is, when you achieve the kind of success that they've achieved with GTA 5, unprecedented success, the biggest game ever, like, you can't really blame them for limiting it to just RDR and GTA. I mean, I want to blame them for it. I kind of can't, though, because it's the corporate mentality. It's what happens, of course. You know, when one of your things becomes the cash cow, you focus on that one thing. It's kind of annoying. But hey, is what it is. Even RDR was ignored mostly. Yeah, I've got it, actually. I started it on Steam in 2022, and I really enjoyed playing it for, well, I'm not going to lie to you, it was about 2 weeks, and then my mum died. And I just didn't feel like playing games for quite a long time during that saga. So, and by the time I got back to playing games on Steam, there was shit I needed to do for the channel, so I never got back to it. I'd like to play it again. So many missed out games this generation. I really should just dedicate this whole year to playing fucking games, but I can't do it necessarily on this channel. What do you guys think, by the way? Should I create a gaming channel for gaming streaming, or should I stream on this channel? Like, what's best for you versus what the algorithm will do to me? Because the algorithm already hates me. So, you know, maybe I should create a gaming channel. Anyway, Rhoda says, well, at least there's this. Hello. That's Will saying yo, of course. Anime Will. Thank you very much, Rhoda. Appreciate you. Member for 22 months. That is very impressive. All right, there we go. So, maybe it's too early for the audience in America. I don't know. We'll find out, I guess. So anyway, the whole situation is a shit show. It's not going to get any better. Dude, if it's giving the algorithm munchies, do whatever it takes. I don't know. I'll probably consult the Oracle, which of course is ChatGPT. But I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, let's talk about something silly and fun. And yeah, kind of cool too. I'm going to get my face bleached out by this one. As you probably told from the thumbnail, a picture of Tom Cruise holding a lightsaber. Apparently, Tom Cruise actually shot a lightsaber duel on the set of Star Wars Starfighter. Now, I don't really give a shit about Star Wars Starfighter. I don't even know what it is. First of all, I hate the name. You've got the word star twice. You're something silly and fun. Yes, but I'm not going to do you. Tom Cruise shot a lightsaber duel in Star Wars Starfighter. Again, I hate the name. I think it's lame. I think it sounds like a video game title from the 90s. You know what I mean? It's just got that sort of lazy kind of, oh, let's make a game where you get to play as an X-Wing, you know, but they actually just called it X-Wing, which is also a really generic title, except that term is unique to Star Wars. Starfighter could mean fucking anything. It's generic as shit. So Star Wars Starfighter. I don't know. It's a Ryan Gosling movie, so it'll do well. Women might turn out to see this one. But I don't know. I mean, it might not do well because it's a Star Wars movie and no one cares anymore. But, you know, if anything's going to get people in cinemas, it's going to be like jaded Star Wars fans who have wives and their wives are like, oh, Ryan Gosling, ooh. God knows what they see in that guy. He looks like he could be Rodney in a Hollywood remake of Only Fools and Horses. But hey, there you go. The New York Times has a profile on Sean Levy, whom they cite as the man who would resuscitate Star Wars. And the writer here, Jordan Ruini, has his doubts. And to be fair, so have I. Sean Levy is a good director, but he has put out a lot of shit. He recently wrapped shooting Star Wars Starfighter, tells the outlet, while he was... oh my God. Wait, oh my God. Stop the presses. Hold the fucking phone a second. What the shit? What the fuck? Holy Christ. They wrapped shooting a Star Wars movie? Whoa. Whoa. Disney actually finished shooting a Star Wars movie? Wow. It's been a long time since anyone's been able to say that. Did I just steal that line from the fucking Funimation dub of Dragon Ball Z? Levy, who was recently wrapped shooting Star Wars Starfighter, tells the outlet that while he was filming, he was preparing a lightsaber duel scene set in water, and then things changed once a helicopter landed on set. Uh-oh. Tom Cruise, who happened to be in London, arrived by helicopter. I don't even hate him for it. Visited the set just to watch the filming. Do you know, I love Tom Cruise. I've decided. That's my stance. I fucking love this guy. If you watched his honorary Oscar speech a couple of months back, I never got to cover that, but I watched it, and oh my God, what a lovely and humble man. What a lovely and humble fan of the fucking craft of filmmaking. This guy loves what he does. He loves it. And beautiful. What a fucking thing. I mean, there's a lot of crazy shit you could say about Tom Cruise, and I've been like, oh, Tom Cruise, he's an actor. Oh, he's cool. He's in Mission Impossible. Oh, he's crazy with the Oprah thing. Oh, and then, then he disappeared for a few years. Mission Impossible movies kind of petered out, and then bang, he's back with fucking Top Gun Maverick. He's a great actor. He's never been a bad actor, but I've never had a strong opinion about him one way or the other until I saw that Oscar speech. And as a former film student and a ad hoc student filmmaker as well, the way he talks about making films, they're going to die. That generation of people who revered the art of filmmaking will be dead in 30 years. And not even maybe 20 years, to be honest. And they're going to start fairly soon. And that will be it for us. There'll be no more artists in the movie industry. So I'm right behind Tom Cruise on almost everything he wants to do at this point. I really am. I think I'm going to make that my thing. I'm going to really enjoy Chris Gore, another one. I'd love to talk to Chris Gore, but given the algorithm hates me and I only have 8 people watching, I think the chances of that, I've probably got a better chance of running off a building and actually making it to the next building without jumping. So we'll see. Anyway, so Tom Cruise visited just to watch the filming, and I can 100% believe that he would do that. Levy jokingly suggested that Cruise should help out by jumping on camera. Cruise actually did it. And there's the other reason that everyone should fucking love Tom Cruise. Bastard just does this stuff. He just does it. He's like, I love this, man. I love it. You know, why would I use CGI to jump out of a plane when I could just jump out of a plane? Crazy bastard. He grabbed the camera himself, walked into the muddy pond, and filmed the scene. Does that mean he's going to get a credit? There's 20 people you follow streaming right now? Who? Of course Tom Cruise would do that. It tracks. As I've said before, I have my doubts about Starfighter, which is the brainchild of Deadpool and Wolverine Helmer Levy, and is based on a script from Jonathan Tropper, Your Friends and Neighbors. Details about the plot are under wraps, though Ryan Gosling is the lead. Matt Smith and Mia Goth's roles are said to be antagonistic. Aaron Pierre and Amy Adams are also part of the cast. So there you go. It's good. I don't think it's going to be that bad. Matt Smith being in it is interesting. I'd be cool with that. I just don't care about the film. That's the problem. I just don't care. Starfighter. And like, so there's a lightsaber scene in it? He shot a lightsaber scene? Why is there a lightsaber scene in a Star Wars Starfighter? Like, where's it set? What's it about? What? Fucking hell. Anyway, I don't think necessarily that this could work. I think it could, but it might not. It says here, moving past Deadpool and Wolverine, Levy is also the filmmaker behind Big Fat Liar. Just Married. Cheaper by the dozen. Holy shit. Mainly news people. What's that? The Internship, Real Steel, the Pink Panther reboot. Oh God. Oh God. Oh my God. Free Guy. Oh no. And the Night at the Museum trilogy. Okay, so at least that was somewhat successful. Not a single good movie out of the bunch. Yeah, I agree. They're all fucking terrible. All fucking awful. Apart from Deadpool and Wolverine, which I quite kind of liked. Damn, son. Disney has set a May 28, 2027 release for Starfighter. 2027? 1 year after Jon Favreau's The Mandalorian and Grogu hits theaters. Oh my God, are we getting that this year? Oh no. Oh no. Mando and Grogu, really? Fucking awful. Lucasfilm, Real Steel. I saw it in a bar. I didn't hear the sound. I didn't think it was that good. I thought it was okay. I mean, it held my attention, but to be fair, I was in a bar and I was sitting doing nothing and broke too. So there you go. Although my attention was stolen a couple of times by the waitress because she was trying to get me to buy her a drink. And I just was like, no, but keep going. Anyway, there you go. So, so Tom Cruise actually visited the set and decided to grab a camera and shoot a lightsaber duel. This is misleading, this fucking headline, though, because it implies that he grabbed a lightsaber and shot a fight scene. And I thought that was what it was going to say. But no, apparently not. Still, Tom Cruise is fucking awesome. And if Tom Cruise visits your set and grabs a camera, I hope he's in the credits. That'd be really funny. I guess I'll try and keep an eye out for that. Don't let me forget this, chat. Next time, when Starfighter finally comes out next May, we'll look for Tom Cruise in the credits, I suppose. Anyway, there we go. You saw that for some reason. Wasn't the worst movie of all time. Real Steel, it was okay. It wasn't good. It was okay. It was like, all right, nice movie. Thanks. And there you go. Anyway, we got plenty else to talk about. Still no super chats? Wow. Okay. Okay. So, Tim Bender then. We're going to talk about Tim Bender because he's got a stupid name. But not just that. He's also a complete... Oh, he's a complete retard. He's got something interesting to say about AI. I say interesting. It's not interesting at all. It's the usual shit. So let's have a look. So this guy, the CEO of Manalord's publisher, Hooded Horse, has come out. And I just saw this on PC Gamer earlier on. And, when you see a headline like, I fucking hate Gen AI art, you know you're dealing with an absolute spacker. It says, if we're publishing the game, no fucking AI assets. Professional. Very professional there, mate. Tim Bender, the CEO of Manalord's publisher, Hooded Horse, says generative AI is cancerous. And he doesn't want to deal with it. Well.
Hang on.
I wouldn't call that cancer. I wouldn't call that cancer at all. Not remotely. No. But there you go anyway. So he's decided to go and have a big go at AI. And I'm getting fed up with people having a go at AI. I'm quite enjoying my time with AI as it stands right now, actually. I think everyone who fears AI really is just palpatining. They're just afraid to lose their power. They've got control over a certain industry, and they see that AI will enable everyone to join that industry. And there'll be an arms race for a few years, and they're scared. They're terrified. And I understand that. It's the human condition. But at the same time, I also think if you're going to talk to us like that, you can go fuck yourself, buddy. Anyway, different game companies approach generative AI in different ways. Some, like Electronic Arts, embrace it. Others, like Larian, take a more measured and curious approach. And then there's Hooded Horse, the publisher of games like Endless Legend 2, Cataclysmo, and the breakout hit Manalords. Literally none of these I've ever heard of. But apparently it's worth him going to Kotaku and getting an interview because, Kotaku is as relevant as he is, apparently. And saying, I fucking hate Gen AI. He says, it's made my life more difficult in many ways. Suddenly it infests shit in a way it shouldn't. Well, my poor little friend.
You are coping and seething. You just can't accept what you're seeing. Yes, you're coping and seething. The truth it is scalding, and now you are molding and coping so hard. Coping and seething.
Had to do it. Had to be done, guys. Had to be done. It's made my life more difficult in many ways. Suddenly it infests shit in a way that shouldn't. Bender said it's now written into our contracts. If we're publishing the game, no fucking AI assets. Okay. Would that piss Mr. Bender off? Oh, I think it would. I think it might. Banning AI art is easier said than done, as some studios, Larian and Sandfall Interactive, to name a couple of high-profile examples, have taken to using Gen AI in pre-production. Why would you not? Why would you not use generative AI for almost any help you can get for free? Like, genuinely, Mr. Bender, sir, genuinely, like, if I'm trying to decide something, why not just run it past the fucking AI first and see what it thinks? It's got access to more information than I can search in a day, in a second. Like, why would I not use this? It's as far as I'm concerned, when it comes to using Gen AI for your creations, if you can't do something, if you've got an image in your head and you can't realize it, either because you don't have time or you don't have the talent, but you've got a good idea, why should the world miss out on that? Why should we miss out on a good idea just because someone didn't have the resources? We've seen what the people with the resources will do, and there's not a good idea among them. So what if fucking Larian and Sandfall used generative AI in pre-pro? So what? Okay, change his costume this way. Change his costume that way. Okay, I like that. Now how about we add a hat? Let's do this. Okay, that looks cool. Okay, render a 3D model. Great. Okay, I'm going to send this to my team. Make it so. Like, then you give the guys who do the real work some inspiration, a little bit of direction, a little bit of visual prompting. Nothing wrong with that. What the hell could possibly be wrong with that? This scenario, does it, you know, blah, blah, check for plagiarism, things like that. Why not? How is it any different from in the 2000s when Google became the most ubiquitous search engine in the world? And suddenly we invented the verb to Google something. Like, where was everyone then? Oh, libraries are going out of business. The internet came along. Mate, just fucking go with it. The times will change. Yeah, some jobs will be affected. Some negatively, some positively. But what the net result should be, if we all are going to have this for the longest time, and I fucking hope we're going to have access to this for a long time without it developing too far ahead of us or the big companies pricing us out of it, which they want to. If we're going to have this, why not use it? Why not use it to create the greatest fucking era of human creativity that's ever been? And yeah, sure, there'll be people making slop, but there's always been people who made slop. We just looked through a list of movies made by Sean Levy. Some of them were absolute pants. Why shouldn't we fucking take advantage of the ability to unlock more talent? If all that was lacking, that talent from changing... What if somebody was like, I've got the next great fucking comic book idea. The only problem is I can't draw. Okay. And have you got any money? You pay for an artist? No. Can you pay for an AI? Yes. Well then, I guess that conversation's over. And yeah, I know the artists are going to do better, and I know the artists are going to be pissed off, and I know EVS and people like that, Comicsgate will be furious with me for saying this, but the cream rises to the top no matter what, right? Especially in the creative arts. The stories that move people will always be the best. Look at that Luke Skywalker movie that I watched the other day that somebody made using AI. That was better than every single fucking cumulative second of my life that I've spent both watching and talking about and being paid to talk about Star Wars sequel trilogy. That was the closest thing I've seen to what I actually want to see from Star Wars in a long time. And it was made by one dude with an AI in a week. Cope and seethe. Look, the fact is, it's going to be what it's going to be. Yeah, Sardoc is right too, though. You don't want AI everywhere all the time. It needs to be something you opt into when you want to use it. I don't want it integrated into my PC, Windows, microslop. I don't want that. I want to be able to decide, okay, I now want a second opinion. And I want that second opinion to represent everything I can get on the internet, which is one of the reasons I don't like ChatGPT that much, to be honest, is because it's a fucking sycophant. ChatGPT is basically designed to agree with you. And I don't want that. I want an AI that's going to say, you're fucking retarded, Will. This is a dumbass idea and it will never work. That's what I want. Anyway, I think that people who have this knee-jerk shithead reaction to AI, they need to go away as well, because they're not helping anybody. Banning AI art is easier said than done, as some studios, blah, 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 have taken to using Gen AI in pre-production, ostensibly to help things along speed-wise. To help counter that, Bender says he urges developers to not use generative AI anywhere, even just for placeholders. Yeah, okay. Oh, this small-time developer might get his fee-fees hurt if I use generative AI. Oh, no. Oh, well, you know, that clip that we play when someone sends me a $5 super chat, that funny clip that everyone loves, generative AI, baby. But it was my idea. It came from my brain. Entirely from my fucking brain. Even the outfit she's fucking wearing came from my brain. The way she moves, the way she talks, the things she says, it came from my fucking brain. Because I wanted to make you guys laugh. And also be mildly aroused. While I was getting paid by you for entertaining you, hopefully. Like the AI has helped me massively. I recently became a driving instructor and need to design my own logo and site. Right. Yeah, I mean, I have a friend who reaches out to me for logo designs and stuff like that. But then I wasn't available once, so he just got an AI to do it, and I was a bit felted. I was like, yeah, fine. But it worked. And that's fair. And yeah, there are a lot of creative industries and arts that are going to be felted by this. And it's not necessarily a good thing. Some people, yeah, sure, if you want to be a purist, get a human being to do it. That's always going to be the best possible way. But especially because AI is nowhere near what it needs to be yet to be able to completely replicate the experience of having a human do it for you. But logos, hell, even the HyperDrive Time logo was helped by AI. I had like 5 ideas and I fed them into the AI and then it generated some responses and I was like, oh, I like that one. So then I recreated it in Photoshop myself and improved it in little ways. Changed the font, changed a couple of things about it. But that gave me an idea. That idea then led to the intro sequence with the spinning clock and everything that you guys see at the start of the stream. I got a mental nudge from the AI. I was like, okay, I got this idea, but it's half-baked and I'm not happy with it. What do you think? Okay, here's how it could be better. Here's some ideas. Here's some images. Okay, thank you. Great. I just saved myself a week. You know, I'm not going to live forever. Why not do things fast and get the best results, the most results? You don't necessarily have to get quality from AI. You can get quantity. You can use it to decide what you don't want. There are so many fucking possibilities, and these closed-minded retards just ruin the whole thing by, oh, you shouldn't use generative AI or we won't publish your game. Okay, buddy. There's plenty of other fish in the sea. Enjoy. Hey, Skibbity. You're back. Nothing happened. We're talking about AI in games. He says, some people will have this thought like they would never want to let it in the game, but they'll think it can be a placeholder in this prototype build. But if that gets done, of course, there's a chance that slips through because it only takes one of those slipping through in some build and not getting replaced or something. It's not cancer, buddy. It's AI. You fucking moron. He says, because of that, we're constantly having to watch and deal with it to try and prevent it from slipping in because it's cancerous. Oh my God. This fucking imbecile. Yeah, exactly. I made this clip using AI.
Pathetic grifter. I'll dedicate my life to stalking him. Why do people continue to give him donations? It makes me so angry! Well, time to go to work.
The only thing I don't like about that is the jump cut. But I didn't want it to be too long. So, there you go. But there you go. So, I mean, it's just funny, isn't it? It's funny. It's good to play when someone comes and tries to troll. Anyway, if they came today, they'd win. Yeah, fuck all. As unlikely as it sounds, it has happened more than once. Ubisoft had to quickly make changes to Anno 117 after placeholder art mistakenly made it into the live. That's Ubisoft. Ubisoft are useless. They're useless at everything. And in a much high-profile case, Claire Obscure Expedition 33 lost 2 wins in the Indie Game Awards 2 after it was found to have launched with placeholder Gen AI art still in place. Right, but the thing is, The game is fucking phenomenal. The AI art was patched out, and no one cares about the Indie Game Awards. So suck on that, I guess. Anyway, is that the end? Yeah, probably. Yeah. I think this is pathetic, really. I do. I think people having this kind of reaction to Gen AI is absolutely ridiculous. Hey, Groofus, hello for $4.99 says, I've been saying for a few years we're practically at the point of holodeck technology. We are. People will be able to make their own entertainment and the best will rise to the top. Exactly. Exactly. At the end of the day, people will go to the things they like, and it'll be a bit granular, maybe. Yeah, it'll be like, oh, I like this channel, I like this channel, I like that channel. And then they'll go, okay, but then again, the cream will rise to the top. The best will, again, it's just literally opening the whole media space up to everybody in the world. Like, okay, you don't like Disney, what can you do? All right, let's make a movie using AI. Let's fucking do it. And we'll see what happens. And if it does well, it does well. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Now, of course, there's always marketing and things like that you've got to think of as well. But it doesn't matter, because at the end of the day, things go fucking crazy viral all the time. And yeah, a lot of it is shit. But every now and then, it's something truly amazing. Something that moves things. And so we end up with something truly great on our hands. By the way, Groofus, thank you for $5.
Thank you for $5.
Oh, there's something about that clip. Something about the way it just out of sync with the music. It said, thank you for $5. And yeah, it's Eve as well. I don't know. Something magical about that clip. Road up for £2. Thank you, sir. Says, is this working now? Yes. Yes, it is. And thank you very much. Anyway, there you go. AI art is not the end of the world. I mean, look at this. An AI generated manga became the top ranked in Japan's biggest ebook store. I mean, like, for example, I'm not exactly thrilled about this. And the reason I'm not is because I don't know much about it. And if it's entirely AI generated, then, well, you know, but then I would be a hypocrite if I didn't acknowledge that the story must be good. Someone just couldn't draw, decided to make an AI generated manga, and that manga became top ranked in the biggest Japanese ebook store. Fucking crazy. There you go. In what could be seen as an omen for the new year, AI-generated manga is currently topping the young adult category of Japan's largest ebook store, Comic Simo. I don't fucking know. While some reviews lean towards the positive side, the mangas rise through the ranks as others worried about the future of the industry. Yeah, I could see that. I could absolutely see that. Plus, mangas are very traditional industry from a very traditional country. Excuse me. And as a result, you know, but is it going to topple One Piece? No. Why? Because One Piece is fucking long running and the story is just the best story ever. One Punch Man original art looked like it was scrawled on a napkin. The artist just loved the story and volunteered. Right. If AI can back these guys, like, okay, a lot of assistant artists might not. It will probably mean a huge cull, to be honest, in the manga industry of young up-and-comers, but then they can go and use the AI themselves as well to fill in their own backgrounds and publish themselves. It might, if it does anything, kill the stranglehold on publishing that the big manga producers have got. Because if people can produce their own manga without an editor and release it themselves and self-publish, well then, if people like it, they like it. That's the end of the day. Released on December the 28th, 2025. My dear wife, will you be my lover? She's your wife. Why isn't she your lover? Or release their own hentai. Yeah. Is a 4-volume manga created by Mamaya and published by Studio Zune. The rather suggestive story revolves around a 35-year-old husband and wife who are having trouble rekindling the spark in some of the mature aspects of their relationship. Ah, I see. Though many, not even going to try, user reviews focus on the art and story of writing of the manga, other reviews talk about its poor quality by AI standards, elements like cut and pasted characters, wordy introduction dialogue, and more similar to a novel, and plain-looking backgrounds were brought up, with the overall census being that the manga is just plain boring. It seems the only saving grace for many is the sexy parts, which are reported to be of higher quality than the rest of the manga. Well, I mean, that's a style too, though. Has anyone ever read Battle Royale? Battle Royale, I should say, sorry. I mean, I can't show you any of what I'm talking about because it's extremely adult rated. But there are shots in that manga where a character gets shot in the face or something, and you get an extreme close-up in incredibly high detail of a manga-looking but very human-shaded, real-shaded face exploding open with teeth and eyeballs flying everywhere. And then the next panel will be just a normal panel of people reacting to it, maybe in higher detail. But then when they're sitting down and chatting, the quality drops. It's you know, I can see the reason you would do that. There's no point in throwing in high art. Even artists won't do their best work on incidental panels. But there you go. That's where local generation comes into play. No censor and no credits. Yeah. That's why I'm wondering where James OP is. Because I need to talk to him. But there we go. Anyway. Some readers also using the review section as a way to express their disappointment in AI-generated manga being published on the platform. Right, but it's still the biggest seller. Oh, he's here. Hello. Yeah, we need to get to work on that. I need to get back in there and test yours. I'll get in there tomorrow after I sleep, right after I stream, because it's 2:23 a.m. here. Some were even considered discontinuing their use of comic C-Moa. What is it? Okama? It's gay, right? And moving to a platform where AI-generated manga is prohibited. Well, that's up to you, I suppose. Over on X, Kazuaki Ishibashi, a manga author and editor who most notably worked on editing Mob Psycho 100 and The World Only God Knows, noticed how the users are more invested in the content of the manga and perhaps becoming more nonchalant toward the fact that it was generated by AI, given how normalized the tool has become in recent days. He surmises that perhaps only manga artists such as himself truly care about this aspect of the creation process and expects AI-generated manga to become more popular in 2026. I think he's right. And look, I mean, I'm not here... It looks like I am. I absolutely acknowledge it. But I'm not here just openly just banging my drum naively for AI. I think it's a tool. I keep saying this. It's a tool. Okay? If this became the biggest selling manga because the readers are perverts, then fine. That's the way it went. Something was released and it did the best. You can see it. Here, we've got the... I don't know if I can even show this image. Hang on. Oh yeah, I can. So there's number one, there it is, and then you've got this and whatever the others are, and then there's a nice ass there at the end. Yeah. There you go. A little bit of free butt cheeks for you guys. But ultimately, it is used to... if it's used to... what was I trying to say? If it's used to heighten an already quite good idea, then good. If it's not, if it's just used to make slop, then fine. But at the end of the day, there's an audience for everything. It's like saying you don't want your kids to watch certain stuff. Well, then stop them. I mean, my niece was watching like these god-awful AI-generated cartoon romance stories on YouTube And I was like, this is complete slop, right? And after about 25 times of saying that, she stopped. And now she's watching Studio Ghibli. She's literally burned through Totoro, Spirited Away, Princess Mononoke, Tales from Earthsea, Howl's Moving Castle, and Ponyo in the last 2 days. Actually, I have no idea how she's doing it. She's also babysitting my kids. I'm like, hey, you want to show my kids Studio Ghibli? That's fine by me. You go ahead and watch as much of that as you like. Hey, would you like to play Ni no Kuni? It's on my shelf. And I said, this is shit. 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 Stop watching Minecraft videos. Start watching something good. Watch something good. And then I don't know. She's not my daughter, right? She's my niece. So it's not really my place, but I want her to grow up to have high standards. And that means that there's a difference between watching, say, that Luke Skywalker clip that I showed yesterday or 2 days ago on HyperDrive Time, and watching what she was watching, which was just absolute shite. Just AI slop generated storytelling bullshit. House is great, yeah. Yes, exactly, Rhoda. Let's try parenting. Yeah. Like, this is crap. Stop watching it. I'll give you something better to do. This is one of the things, right? My parents would tell me if they thought what I was watching was crap. They didn't always tell me what I was watching was crap. And sometimes they just let me decide for myself. And I'd end up, almost invariably, I'd end up on better things. But I noticed there was a big pattern here. Anyway, Skibbity, hello for €2. Says free bot for the win. Yeah, you know it. You know it. Free bot for the win. Appreciate you, man. And Sardoc for 5 legitimate currencies says AI is a tool. Gee, could have fooled me. Judging by what Microslop and Nvidia are doing, you'd think AI is a life goal. Nay, the meaning of life. Sad, isn't it? Now allow me to reward you, Julie, with an AI clip.
Thank you for $5.
It always surprises me. Thank you for $5. She's like, thank you for $5. Like, oh my God. There we go. Anyway, ironic thing is that most people complain they're just such talent voids that if you give them a regular pencil, you would have to be afraid they would just pierce their own eyes with it. There are, there's an element of that, certainly. Thank you for $5. She's so happy about the $5. I know, right? I know. People are loving that clip. That's why we hit the goal yesterday of like 10 $5 super chats. I was very, very happy, lad. Very happy. And so was my wife. And yeah, I appreciate that. I really do. Because, times are tough. Almost all my savings got felted by my dad's death and my child's birth last year, so I got fucked. Oh, boy. Anyway, there we go. AI is not... You have a very sick animal, so I've been in and out of the vet all this week. Oh, mate. That's terrible. I'm so sorry to hear that. What animal is it? Just out of interest, because you keep saying animal and not like cat or dog or whatever. That is terrible, man. I'm so sorry. I've had a lot of pets in my life, all cats, but I've had a lot of. We got the same messages yesterday. I got the hang on, $5 from Jay Viper. It says $5 make you horror, right?
Thank you for $5.
I don't know why it always makes me laugh. It always just makes me laugh. It's very funny. Thank you for $5. Thank you, Jay Viper. You're a fucking legend, man. Appreciate you. Where was I? Oh yeah, sorry. James OP, your pet. That's awful, man. I've had a lot of pets, and it's never fun when they start to go down the rabbit hole of constant trips to the vet. And you do everything for them, of course. We got a cat right now. Her name's Mixie. She was not a rescue exactly, but she was a street cat. So yeah, I rescued her from a probable early death. And you know, she came screaming out of a bush to me one night. It was about 3 o'clock in the morning. I'd been out drinking. Me and the missus had been on the outs at the time, and she'd gone to her parents or wherever, and we'd broken up temporarily, and I was really sad. And then this little cat just came out of the bush, me from the bush, and I'm like, what? And then followed me all the way into like the complex where I was living at the time. And oh no, I know what I did. I picked her up and I took her into the complex because I didn't want her to get run over. I was like, okay, you'll be here, you'll be okay here, right? And then she just wouldn't leave me alone. So I was like, well, when I rescued a cat and when we were 12, they said they want the pet to pick the owner. And I was like, clearly this one is picking me for whatever reason. This one thinks this is my guy. So I was like, don't know if I can afford a cat, but whatever. So we picked her up, you know. And then I told my wife now, when she was on the way back, she's like, I waited till she was on the way home. And I said, oh, by the way, I adopted a kitten. She's like, I don't want a cat. Why did you do that? You know, in the text. But then she arrived and I said, here you go. She was like, woo. Next thing you know, the cat's sleeping in between her legs every single night. I'm like, okay, I'll loan it to you. And then next thing you know, we got 2 kids. So pets are wonderful things. And she's a good cat. She's very noisy, but she's a good cat. But I did have to explain to her, my wife, that is, not the cat, obviously, that she'll die maybe in 10 years, maybe in 20 years. You know, depends. She's a mongrel, so she will probably live a long life. But because the pure breeds die young, they die like 10, 12 years old. But she's like just a street mongrel cat, you know. She's white and tabby and ginger and everything all in one. And she and I said, well, so you might get like 15, maybe 18 years if you're lucky. I had 2 cats that lived to be 21. They were both incontinent. My parents couldn't look after them anymore, which is sad. And I was here, so I couldn't do anything about it. But they lived a long life. Actually, one of them was a pure fucking Persian, so you never know. But I had to tell her, like, you know, wifey, missus of the fans, you know, she won't be, she's like, oh, I can't wait till, you know, she grows up, and then when we're in like this age and we've got kids running around and la la la, and they're teenagers, and I'm like, teenagers? You know, I'm like, you do know they only live like 12 to 20 years? She's like, I don't want her to die. I know. But it's life, you know. James says, 3 dogs, 6 cats, huge yard, and a big home. Wife never found a stray she couldn't fall in love with, me included. You've told me a little about that story. So, yeah, I can see it. Anyway, man, I hope your pets are okay. Pets are a wonderful thing. They unlock a part of you that I mean, they're kind of a gateway drug to having kids, you know, and they should be. You know, when people have like, when you see these leftists with like a dog and they call it, they're like a dog daddy or a cat mummy. It's like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Grow up. Anyway, they're just too scared. That's all. But it is what it is. Anyway, hello, Stephen. Nice to see you, mate. And yeah, pets are good. I like having a pet. I think a house isn't really complete without a pet. I think, especially for children, having a pet around is a great idea. I'm really glad that like my 1-year-old now goes see when she sees the cat. You know, Not quite mixy, but like C, like some sort of weird C noise. It's a cute thing. Fur baby, exactly, yeah. It's sick. It's sick. It's fucked. Fucked in the head. That's what it is. And there you go. Anyway, we have some more topics we can get to. So let's get into them. Guys, help us out. I don't actually know if we're anywhere near the goal. Just shy of 25%. Woof. Oh well. Let's talk about Square Enix, my favorite company. I used to say that unironically. They've decided that they're going to get all up in arms, all up in their fifis about spoilers. Spoilers. Are you having a fucking giraffe, mate? For a 26-year-old game. Okay. I think you might have some sort of mental issues there, but okay. Square Enix may ban you for posting unmarked spoilers of the 26-year-old JRPG Dragon Quest VII Reimagined. No spoilers, please. This is from Vicky Blake. Oh, who's Vicky Blake? I always like to have a look when it's IGN, you know. Vicky Blake. Okay, so she looks about my age. She has an X. That's interesting. She's got an X, not a blue sky. That's weird. What's on her X? Let's have a look. Well-behaved women seldom make history. Oh, fuck. Bugger off, Vicky. Whatever. James OP for the $5 says $5 make you hara.
Thank you for $5.
You for $5. I want it again.
Thank you for $5.
Oh, it's a good clip. It's a good clip. Thank you very much. Thank you very much indeed, Jen. Appreciate you, man. Will of the fans, she looks way older than you. Well, I wasn't going to be the one to say it. Does she really? I don't know. Let's have a look. Nah. She looks about my age to me. I'm 40, remember. Maybe I don't look it. A lot of people think I look like a baby face, but you know, I've got a ring light on and stuff like that. Not to try and make myself look younger, but thanks. I'll take the compliment, you know. I'll take the compliment. She has this middle-aged, hectoring, white shit-lib woman look we all know so well. Yeah, she does look like that. Yeah. She's too old to dye her hair pink. She looks late 40s. Okay, so she does look older than me then. Okay, fine. I don't know. I don't know. I've got crow's feet. I've got chubby cheeks. I've got saggy skin, you know. Although people in the Philippines are very nice. They say, "Oh, you only look 25, sir." I'm like, yeah. I'm not marrying you. I'm already married, all right. Yes, okay. She looks older than me. Fine. The lipstick, when I zoomed in, the lipstick, you know, there's that look that like women in their 50s get when they put lipstick on and it doesn't look right anymore because the lips are sort of like flat and pursed. That's the word. Steven says he's late 40s and he doesn't look that haggard. There you go. Excuse me, chat. I'm sorry. If you think it's okay to share spoilers of a 26-year-old game, you may want to think again after Square Enix made it clear that anyone willfully spoiling Dragon Quest VII Reimagined may be temporarily or permanently banned. Temporarily or permanently banned? Are you having a fucking laugh, mate? What?
Oh, sexy.
All right. back to it. According to the company's usage policy and reported by Automaton, anyone sharing details of the plot, be it from the demo, the original story, or the new story elements in the remake, must use spoiler tags. This means oh, Jesus fucking Christ. Oh my God. You know, there was a time, let's call it last year, when if you wanted to not have something spoiled for you, you simply didn't look it up on the internet. I know, right? Novel practice. A little bit of self-restraint on the part of the end user. Unbelievable. You got banned from the church for mentioning Christ's resurrection when it wasn't Easter. Yeah, exactly. According to the company's usage policy, blah, 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 you have to use tags. This means players cannot share images, videos, or even live streams of the gameplay past the Malign Shrine, Throne Room's boss battle. I'm going to be straight with you guys. I never played Dragon Quest 7. I never played any Dragon Quest until 8 because they were never made available to me. But then I played a couple since. They're really good. One day I'll go through all of them, just like I am with Final Fantasy at the minute. No spoilers, please. The publisher stressed, in order to not spoil other players' enjoyment, you must mark all content that includes details of major plot developments with a clear spoiler warning. Suck it. Yes, I will do spoiler warnings because I'm kind and I'm live streaming and blah, 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 blah. And if you guys want to click off when I do that, that's fair. That's fair. But not everybody has to do that, you know? And if you if you look into videos of, I don't know, let's say Expedition 33, because that has the mother of all fucking plot twists. If you're dumb enough to go looking at YouTube videos of that game when you're playing it, you deserve the spoilers. Simple. If you're gonna go on X and start browsing random ad hoc untailored open field fucking threads of people posting about the game you're currently playing and invested in learning the story of organically, you deserve the misery. Whatever happened to a little self-restraint? It's pathetic. Well, that sound fair enough? No, it doesn't sound fair enough. Don't forget that the digital deluxe edition provides players with 2 days early access. Oh no, this is like Ubisoft all over again. Hey, you can have early access, but you'll have to delete your save to be able to play the game when we patch it on day one. This is like, hey, you can play the game, but you can't talk about it. Which players and streamers won't be able to share their experience before the release date. Then what's the fucking point of early access? What is the point? To be one of the first in the world to have experienced a moment and not be able to say anything about it? That's fucking pointless. You must immediately comply with any request from Square Enix to remove materials from shared content, regardless of whether Square Enix provides a reason for the request. Yeah, the first rule of Dragon Quest Club. The first rule of Square Enix Club. Hi, John. Square Enix reserves the right to require or seek removal of any content incorporating the materials that it deems to be inappropriate. It's not inappropriate. It's spoilers. If you don't like it, don't release fucking early access. So you want to grift your early access, but you also want to neuter the guys who actually... Like, what are you going to do? You're going to go, like, put a fucking Square Enix guy tapping people's phones so that they can't go down the pub and talk about the game they've both got in early access? Are you having a fucking laugh? If you do not adhere to these guidelines, Square Enix may, in addition to objecting to your use of the materials, temporarily or permanently suspend you from using the game. Permanent suspension. This is madness. It's out on February 5th. It's literally a game that came out in the year 2000. It's a PS1 JRPG. It looks very good. It looks very nice, actually. Oh, fuck off. Yeah, it looks good. I wonder what the original looked like. Interesting. I'll look into that another time. There you go. Reimagined. Ugh, I don't like that. Wait, that's why, isn't it? That's why. You bastards reimagined it. You changed the story. You bastards. Square Enix, they've done it again, haven't they? They've changed something. They've changed something big. And that's why they don't want spoilers. For a 26-year-old JRPG. Oh dear, oh dear. Careful, Will. Square Enix might send their assassins after you. Well, they're certainly not going to like what I do next then. Because I've decided Square can go fuck themselves. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to finish the stream by spoiling everything about Final Fantasy 1 through 10. So, let's begin, shall we? Let's see now. I have a document that I wrote some bullet points on so that we have a full set of spoilers for all the Final Fantasies from 1 through 10. Because all of them are older than 25 years. So Final Fantasy 1, Garland, that's the bad guy, he becomes Chaos and he traps the Warriors of Light in a 1,000-year time loop, forcing them to relive their battle eternally. For some reason, though, when you kill Chaos at the end of the game, it somehow breaks the time loop. It doesn't really make sense. The game never actually answers the fact that Garland will be born again in the future anyway, and just to be killed by the heroes to be sent back through time to repeat the cycle. For whatever reason, you've broken that cycle. And that's the ending of Final Fantasy 1. By the way, Rhoda has gifted 5 for the GRIFT Force, 5 for the princesses. Hell yeah!
Let's go, GRIFT Force! Doing it for the princesses!
5 as well!
Thank you for $5.
Thank you for $5. Actually, it's more than $5. Appreciate you guys. We need some memberships. We really do. They're fucking dwindling. No one's been gifting them lately. So yeah, that's the end of Final Fantasy 1. Final Fantasy 2, the Dark Knight, who killed so many people and even claimed the throne of Palamisha after you kill the Emperor, but before he returns from hell and turns the world into pandemonium. That Dark Knight is actually Leon, Maria's brother, and your original 4th party member from the introductory sequence where you all get killed and then you wake up in Altair and have to go through the whole game right there. Yeah, that's right. That's Final Fantasy 2. We can spoil the end of that too. In Final Fantasy 3, they have a spoiler too. The entire world that you've known is revealed actually to just be a single floating continent that when you get out of it, when you fly the airship out of it, reveals the actual world is like 100 times that size, and the map is flooded, and you actually have to fly around, find it, and then restore the islands. Then you can go and explore the whole world, and you can always return to the floating continent at any time. Yeah, how's that for a fucking slice of fried gold? Of course, it's not a very good spoiler because it's only about 12 hours into the game that you actually have to do that. Like you leave the game, it's really early. We're talking like before what we would call the disc 1 moment, you know? All right, Final Fantasy 4. Golbez is the bad guy of Final Fantasy 4, right? He's the main antagonist. He's influenced all of the guys. And it turns out that he's actually Cecil's older brother, right? They're both also half Lunarians, which means they're half blood from the moon. I know. And then you go to the moon. Right, to fight the true villain who's been manipulating Golbez the whole time, Zemus, who then turns into Zeromus, and that's the final boss, and you beat him. Yeah, who could have thought that, right? Whoa, yeah. In Final Fantasy V, there's this character called Galuf, right, and he sacrifices himself and dies, fighting Exdeath, the bad guy, one of the worst villains they've ever done, and he dies anyway, even though he really tries very hard, he still dies. I know. It wasn't actually Aeris who was the first one. In fact, there are loads of deaths. Half the cast of Final Fantasy 2 die helping you. Palom and Porom die in Final Fantasy 4. Both of them, they're little kids as well. And you can't even resurrect them because they turned themselves to stone of their own will. I know, and they cast it on each other, so it can't be undone. No, wait, they cast it on themselves. That's right. I know, right? Massive spoilers, guys, for a game that came out in the early 90s. In fact, no, Final Fantasy 3 was 1990. Final Fantasy 4 was like 92, I think, maybe. Actually, can't remember. Can't remember at all. Interesting. Anyway, there you go. And of course, spoilers for Final Fantasy 5, guys, just in case you never played it and you really were hanging on finding out what's happened. You know, and Square Enix, please don't sue me or anything, you know. There's actually a lot of spoilers on this list. And actually, while we're talking about the goal earlier on, we are almost to halfway, actually. So we're at 25% already. So I got to put that in the bar. And we're only about $4 away from half point. So there we go. Anyway, Final Fantasy 6 then. Kefka, you know, the clown guy. He actually is the real villain, if you hadn't worked it out. And not only that, he then goes up to the floating area with Emperor Gestal, absorbs the Warring Triad's power by moving the statues out of sync, and then becomes a god, causes a cataclysm that literally destroys the world. And then the second half of the game starts, although that really only has to be about 3 hours long if you go straight to try and kill Kefka. But if you don't, you can go get all your characters back one by one, starting with Celeste. You can actually get them all back, and even some new ones in the World of Ruin. And also, other spoilers, don't open any chests in the first half of Final Fantasy VI, because all of them have better stuff in them in the World of Ruin. And you'll felt yourself out of some key items later. Like, you'll get, like, it has a potion in the first half, but it has a ribbon in the second half, stuff like that. So don't actually open any chests in Final Fantasy VI during the first half. By the way, Darth Vader is Luke Skywalker's father. I know, right? I know. Also, the kid from The Sixth Sense can see dead people. Bruce Willis is already dead. I know. Astonishing, isn't it? And in Fight Club, fucking Tyler Durden is actually a figment of I Am Jack's imagination. It was all him the whole time. I know. He was actually punching himself in the face. God, I know. And in Final Fantasy VII, not the remake, fuck that noise, in the original, Sephiroth kills Aerith at the end of Disc 1. He jumps out down with his big-ass long Masamune and shoves it right through her. Right through her. And she dies. But here's the thing. She's making a wish at the time using the white materia that's in her hair. And her wish actually even still gets through to Holy. So then, during the end sequence, when Holy comes to stop Meteor from fucking the planet, it actually ends up turning on humanity and helping Meteor. But then, Aerith's soul, thank God she's dead, summons the life stream, and the life stream comes and amasses around Holy and Meteor, stopping them in their tracks and dissolving the whole thing, thus proving that all that environmentalist messaging that the people like to talk about is bollocks, and planet actually does like humans being on it. I know. Also, Cloud Strife, right? You know how he's an ex-soldier? Well, it turns out he's actually not. He's not at all an ex-soldier. He's just a regular fucking Shinra grunt. He's just been a regular guy the whole time, and yet he actually stood up to Sephiroth a little bit and survived a little bit and somehow managed to bleed out but not die, got plunged into a tank alongside Zack, right? And then the two of them got experimented on with Genova cells by Hojo, who, by the way, is Sephiroth's biological father with a woman called Lucretia that Vincent Valentine was in love with. And actually, because of that process, Cloud was this mess of Genova. And when Zack died, Cloud picked up the Buster Sword and absorbed his memories. So that's why he thinks that he's ex-soldier, but he can't add up all the details of the story. And by the way, if you think the remakes are good and you were waiting to find that out in part 3, suck my dick. All right. Then we've got Final Fantasy VIII. But before we get into Final Fantasy VIII, because that's a whole fucking can of worms, let me tell you, we got another 5 fucking memberships from Eris Road to the goddamn stone cold motherfucking legend that he is. 5 more for the Griff Force and 5 more for the Princess.
Let's go, Griff Force, doing it for the princesses.
Yeah, I was kind of building up to this the whole stream. I wrote this hours ago. I was looking forward to doing this. Thank you, Rhoda. You're a fucking legend, and that got us past the halfway point for sure. Skibbity G, skibbity dop dop dop. Yes, yes, yes. Sephiroth is going down, right? Are you one of those people who like me, fucking hates Sephiroth, right? He wasn't some hot guy. When I played Final Fantasy VII, he was a collection of pixels with two sticky outy bits like a cockroach, right? And I don't like cockroaches, so I wanted to get rid of him as fast as I possibly could. And then, you know, at the end of the day, I was really annoyed in the subsequent years when people started drawing all this sexy boy fan art of Sephiroth because he took his shirt off in the outro. I'm like, this motherfucker tried to destroy the world. I hate this guy. He killed Aerith. I hate this guy. And then there's these sad little proto-shippers going, oh, I fucking love Sephiroth. He's so hurt. I fucking hate those people. Kill Sephiroth, kill him dead, and then kill him again with Omni-Slash if possible. Love it. Big time. Wes, yes, absolutely, Skibbity. Let's go. Fuck Sephiroth. All right. Final Fantasy VIII. Edea, right? You know, the sorceress lady, the one that you've been chasing all the way through disc 1, right? It actually turns out that she's not the true sorceress. I know. Edea Kramer is not the true sorceress. She's actually being possessed and / controlled as a puppet by a sorceress from the future. And her name is Ultimecia. Right? And Ultimecia is desperate to live forever, so she keeps plunging her powers back through time, trying to achieve something called time compression, where every minute happens at the same time. And thus she can somehow, presumably doing that, live forever by stopping time altogether. But unfortunately, see, the thing is that she didn't count on the fact that the Squall and the party, unbeknownst to them, in probably one of the worst twists and the most unexplained, useless pieces of plot writing ever in the history of Final Fantasy, Squall and everyone else in the party, except Rinoa, all grew up together in Edea's orphanage. Yeah, that's right. They all grew up together, and the reason they forgot about it is basically that they were on drugs. They were using GFs, and that fucked their memories because it occupied that space in their heads. Honest to God, I hate this plot twist. I love Final Fantasy VIII, but I hate that plot twist. They really should have written in a much better reason than that. Well, we're not going to stop using GF, are we? Otherwise, we're going to the end boss with only the attack command. So, bye-bye memories. And then they never forget anything else ever again. It's just dodgy. Dodgy as fuck. Anyway, there's another spoiler for Final Fantasy VIII. LaGunaLoir, right? He's actually Squall's dad. I know. You might have speculated about that, but I bet you didn't know. The game only came out 27 years ago, so you probably didn't know that. But neither of them actually know either, and they don't actually know at any point in the game. They never actually find out. You, as the player, can find out. But Laguna, you know, it turns out that he fathered Squall and then left and led the rebellion against Sorceress Adele, and then eventually became the president of Estar. But the thing is, neither of them ever find this out. And, you know, the only reason you would even start to think about this is because Squall's mother's name is actually Rain. You know, Squall being a piddly little storm, and then you've got Rain. Oh, of course, it all makes sense now. And then, of course, there's lots of other things as well. And that actually means that Elone, who he calls Big Sis, is actually, unironically, his adoptive sister, because they were both raised by Rain and Laguna. So there you go again as well. Now, of course, we come to the final Final Fantasy VIII spoiler, which is that when you kill Ultimecia at the end of the game, her powers actually get sent back through time, and that is the moment when Edea receives them at the orphanage at a young age, and then that leads to the creation of Seed. So that's why Squall gets pushed into the position of commander of Seed so early, right? Squall is actually there to witness all of this, as you, the player, witnessing it as well. And thus that creates another time loop where Seed only exists because they already defeated the sorceress in the future. you can do what you want with that. There are also theories that Ultimecia is actually Renoa, and their faces are the same shape, but I'm not going down that rabbit hole. That's not a spoiler. That's just a theory, a game theory. And Rhoda's back for another £2. Says Selfie is my favorite FF character. No joke. That must be nice, mate. Personally, she annoys the piss out of me and always has. But that's cool. That's cool. I'd still shag her though, you know, if she wasn't 17. Anyway, Final Fantasy 9, right? So it turns out that Zidane and Kuja, I know, right? Get this. You'll never figure this out, right? The two guys who have tails, right, are actually sacrificial genomes, right? They're beings that have been created. And actually, we did a video a long time ago on my old channel about this, where the guy who's narrating is this old man who doesn't understand the difference between genomes and gnomes. So he says, "Get your own condoms and syringes, you wankers," because he's got gardens full of. He's a heroin addict. She's only 17, exactly. Yes. So she was just 17, if you know what I mean. Anyway, Zidane and Kuja are artificial genome beings who were created without souls by Garland. Yes, another Garland, I know. And they were created for planetary destruction. It's all a bit vague. The Final Fantasy IX story is not very good, guys. Sorry if you like that game, but the story is kind of ass. But anyway, for some reason, sending these advanced agents will plunge the world into ruin, and that makes it easier for Garland to then merge their planet Gaia with his homeworld and their homeworld of Terra, which ultimately is foiled by Zidane, even though Kuja dies in the process, but not before they defeat the final boss, death itself. Final Fantasy IX sucks, all right? Zidane does, in fact, escape from the final area, of course. I can't remember what they called it now. It's Memoria, I think. And it's basically just the Crystal World again. It's a hodgepodge of Final Fantasy II and Final Fantasy III. And he makes it back to Garnet. And so they have their classic Hollywood reunion, the end. And last but not least, guys, we're going to spoil Final Fantasy X. Now, this might be the most spoilerific Final Fantasy that has ever been spoiled. So throw me your thoughts via Super Chat or your memberships as if I'm entertaining you. It turns out that Sin is actually Jecht. I know. I was as surprised as you were 26 years ago. Sin is Jecht. It's actually Tidus's dad. Yes, it's Tidus, not Tidus. It means son in the Okinawan language that the characters were based on. So suck on that. Tidus's dad, Jecht, has become Sin. Why? Well, because he turns out to have gone to Spira before Tidus did. He got caught up in it, and he ended up going on a crusade as well, alongside a pilgrimage alongside Braska, who is Yuna's father, and he became the final Aeon that Braska died to summon to defeat Sin, and upon doing so, he became the new Sin. Why is that? Well, because, spoiler number 2, it turns out that the Church of Yevon is in fact a complete fraud. Tidus sounds feminine. No, I don't care. That's his name. The Church of Yevon is in fact a complete fraud. They actually were the technological superpower of Spira 1,000 years before. You know, when they had that war, that's the reason they all think they committed original sin and they're not allowed to use Machina anymore because, you know, Machina's bad. But actually, it turns out that Yevon was founded in Bavel, and they're the technological superpower of Spira 1,000 years ago. And even now, as the church preaches no Machina anywhere ever, their city is still the most high-tech city in the world. And almost every major leader in the Church of Yevon, including the Grand Maester himself, are all actually dead. They're unsent and they're refusing to be sent. And they're all very, very aware that the fact that the final summoning is a complete sham, and at the end of Yuna's pilgrimage, she will die. It will kill her to do the final summoning, and then ultimately, whoever she chooses as her final Aeon, most likely Tidus, will become the next Sin. And that is because the Church of Yevon is actually named after an ancient Zanakandian summoner named Yevon, who, bitter that Zanakan lost the war against the technologically superior city-state of Bavel, dreamed of a dream version of Zanarkand and used a lot of people to sacrifice themselves to become faith, merging them into the walls of Mount Gagazet to create the dream Zanarkand and preserve it as it was at its peak, and then summoned Sin to protect it so that no one would ever find it and the war would inevitably end. So Bavel would stop trying to destroy Zanarkand. And we find this out because Yevon's soul actually endures within Sin and waits for the possession, waits for the final summoning, just so that he can possess the next final Aeon and create another Sin. And that, of course, is until Yuna's party, led by Tidus, destroys him completely within Sin. And of course, finally, Sin is destroyed, but this means that the dream Zanarkand, the one that Jecht and Tidus came from, is actually going to disappear, which also means that Tidus himself will disappear, just as Yuna has fallen hopelessly in love with him, giving us probably one of the most heart-wrenching endings in Final Fantasy history, and justifying an entire game spent relentlessly doing pointless menial side quests and the most unbearably cringe annoying dungeon and chocobo racing breeding whatever it is raising side quest in Final Fantasy history, just to get that extra 5% to get an FMV that allows you to get Tidus to come back to life. The end. I think that was a job well done. What do you guys think? Come on, surely that deserves some kind of reward. That was a glorious masterpiece of spoilers there. Anyway, Square Enix can suck it. I have just successfully spoiled the major plot points of all the first 10 Final Fantasies. And yes, like you, St. Hugo, I really want to play Final Fantasy X again. I actually platinumed Final Fantasy X on the PS4 and /3, whatever it was before. And it took about 400 hours and it was a fucking nightmare. But I did it, and I'm going to do them again. I've just platinumed 2, and I will be platinuming 3 on Steam very soon. James Opie says, thanks, I never played any of them. Well, you'll probably forget by the time you do. You should. They're fucking great. FF10 is... I feel like Expedition 33 is the logical progressor from FF10. So, if you like Expedition 33, FF10 is the same, just with slightly less... Well, it doesn't have any quick time mechanics, but it does have an incredible fucking story. And probably the most insidious plot in all of Final Fantasy. Like, they keep trying to revisit that. They tried again with 12. They tried even harder with 13 to create that same kind of plot where it's like, oh, the good guys have been the bad guys all along kind of thing. But 13's complete arse. No one should ever play it. It's literally like it's radioactive. The story is so stupid. And the game is fucking linear as all hell as well. Don't play Final Fantasy 13. But play... to be honest, I don't strongly recommend you play 1 through 3 either. Maybe 3. 2 is a real ball ache. I know MagesGuild says it's his favorite, but I cannot reconcile that. Having just platinumed it, it was okay, but there's bugger all story. The creator of Dragon Quest was actually correct when he sat down with Hironobu Sakaguchi and told him that they needed to incorporate stronger storylines into the Final Fantasy series after Final Fantasy 3. Because the next game that came out was Final Fantasy 4, and Final Fantasy 4 is a fucking masterpiece. So, there we go. You'll never play them unless someone gifts them. Well, they're not very expensive. The pixel remasters are all on Steam. And they come with boosters too, if you're really that lazy. But I think you're more the type to play them the way they were intended. But there we go. I love 12, Blade Skate, excuse me. I really like 12. I really enjoyed 12. I very much enjoyed it. I played through it a couple of times. Haven't platinumed it though. The Zodiac battle system pisses me off. I want a remake of the original, where everyone had their predefined sort of classes and routes through the story. I'm not really into like job systems that much, you know. As it turns out, I'm not. They kind of annoy me. There's too many choices, and then I feel like oh god, what if I make the wrong one, and then I want to go back and change them. That's why I like 3, 5, and 14, because you can change your job at any time. That's why I like that. Rhoda says for £5. Whoa, legit currency there, buddy. Thank you very much. Appreciate you, man. Really do. Says I find 10 a bit overrated compared with 4, 6, 7, 8 and 4, 6, 7, and 8. Nah, I'd say that it's I'd say that 4, 6, 7, 8 and 10 are the really great ones. 4, 6, 7, 8 and 10. Yeah, I know a lot of people are mental for FF9. Hypno is, I know that. I liked Garnet and I liked Zidane. I found half the party members in 9 to be utterly useless, but I love 10. I love 10. 10's fucking great. 10's really good. I still think 7 is probably my favorite, but 10 overall, 10's plot, 10's a masterpiece. I love it. Fucking glorious. I'd rather play 10 than let's see, 4 or 8. Yeah. Maybe no, I like 6. I like 6 a lot. 6 and 7, I think, are the goats. 6 and 7 are the pinnacle of Final Fantasy as far as I'm concerned. But I love 12 too. 12 is very good. The only thing with 12 is they took the battle system from 11, which was an MMO, and put that into a game. And even though the game is fantastic and the battle system is excellent, really well thought out, especially the gambit system that lets you program your characters to behave certain ways in certain conditions. Love it. Mwah, beautiful. I remember when I beat Zodiac in that game, the first playthrough on PS2, like it was chaos. It was just literal chaos of, I can't remember exactly what he does, but he like reduces your HP and then your MP to 1 every few seconds, I think. And so you have to have your gambits completely perfect so that everyone is constantly restoring each other while you fight. And it was absolute masterpiece. The only thing I will say is I don't like that they got rid of the turn-based combat. And for that reason, I don't consider it a true successor to the original 1 to 10 Final Fantasy series. And that's why I think Expedition 33 is unofficially Final Fantasy 11. And we had to wait 20 years for it. You still never beat 8. Wow. By the way, Rhoda, thank you for $5.
Thank you for $5.
Yeah. You haven't beaten 8, really. 8's super easy to beat. When you get the Ragnarok, basically just go to... There's 2 islands. One east, one west. One's the furthest island on the west. One's the furthest singular island mass to the east. Even though there's actually land that goes further east, it's part of a continent. The island furthest to the east and the island furthest to the west are the island closest to heaven and hell, irrespectively. And you can... there are all the biggest, baddest bad guys are there. You can level everyone to 100, and you can do it using this real cheap way as well. All you need is Quistis's, I think it's Quistis. I never knew how to pronounce that name. Some people say Quistis. I say Quistis, whatever. She gets a move called Degenerator as a limit break. And once you have that, it literally just disappears any normal bad guy. 100% accuracy, never misses, no matter what it is or how powerful. If you hit this move, it's gone. 1 hit death every time. So all you need to do is keep her at low HP, put her in your party, have a party of 2 people, go to the island closest to hell or heaven. Hell's better for bad guys. Save, run a battle, use the generator, kill the bad guy, and just repeat until they're both level 100. Then just mix in other party members with you and you're level 100. Also, turn off battles with the Tomberry Encounter None ability, and then run around the islands, drawing endlessly the most powerful spells in the game. And when the island runs out, you fly to the other one, run around that, drawing hidden invisible draw points on the world map, and you get 100 of every most powerful spell in the game. You'll be god tier. Nothing can beat you. Nothing can beat you. Ultimate is a joke. Omega Weapon is a joke. It's easy. So do that and you can't lose. Frankly. You say Quistis the same way as me. 10 is something special, and when it came out back in the day. 12 is a proto MMO solo, loved it. So much replay values for spreadsheet nerds. Yeah. They're great games, both of them, just different paths. I love 12 and 14. I hate 13 and meh 15, and I never played 16 because I just didn't care anymore, and they wanted me to buy a PS5 to play it. So fuck them. But 4, 6, 7, 8, and 10, goated. Masterful games. Also the strongest stories in the series. And 12. I'll add 12 into that category, even though 12 doesn't have the battle system. Excuse me. All right, there we go. We're done. We're out. We're done. That is the game. That is game. We are $4 away from 3/4 to the bar. So I don't know if you guys, if anyone's feeling charitable, wants to finish that off, I'll play you some boobage. Otherwise, it's time to wrap up the show, I'm afraid. Because it is 3:16. And I just whooped your ass. And yeah, that'll be basically about it. We'll wrap up the show there. I'm not impressed at all with Square Enix and their behavior. Demanding people don't spoil a 26-year-old video game. But I also see it as a potential threat that they may have changed something and they don't want us to realize. So fuck them. They can go to hell. That's it. That's the end. But there you go. What did you think of my spoilers? I hope you enjoyed them. Let's go and have a look at what you guys were saying while I was reading all that shit. Oh, there was a lot of Lamaus. Get fucked. Spill of the fans. That's pretty good. Lightning from 13. Yep. Original girl boss. Pain in the ass character. No one liked her. If you didn't like 13, you don't like girl bosses. It's true. It's true. Anyway, there we go. Rhoda for £5 says, sure, why not? For boobage.
Thank you for $5.
Hey, and uafomega has gifted a super sticker for $5.
Thank you for $5.
Thank you very much, guys. We are 3/4 of the way to Le Bar. Le Bar. That's good. Thank you for $5. Too bad we can't get that 25, huh? Oh, no, actually, it's only $18. $18 away from Le Gaulle. Le Gaulle. That is a shame. Oh, well. Next time, I guess. We can get there. We can get there. Oh, you want boobage anyway? Alright.
I've seen your heart across the screen. Every cheer, every dream in between. You stayed up late. You pressed restart. You leveled up right off the chart. I'll show you something good tonight. A little shimmer in the neon light. You gave your time, your touch, your move. So now I'll show you something good. From velvet skin to crimson eyes. I'm your reward, your sweet surprise. You've been faithful, brave and true. Now I'll show all my thanks to you.
Yeah, thank you guys. Appreciate you. Also, James Opie jumped in for $5. Says one last spoiler. Steve Rogers is Captain America. What? And Clark Kent is Superman? And Bruce Wayne is Batman?
What the hell is even that?
And Stephen Bromby with the £2 super sticker. Guys, thank you so much. Appreciate you. Hope you all enjoyed that. We are 11 fucking dollars away from the double boobies. I'll play the other one. Should I grift harder or should I go away? I don't know. Grift a little longer. Fuck it. Can we get $11 for double boobies? Can we do it? Can we do it? I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Let's give it a minute and see what happens. And actually, that would fill another heart piece, so it'd be closer to the next Jackbox stream as well. So that would be cool. That would be cool. I need a good photo of John so I can make an animation of him being caught. Irrevendora! Irrevendora. Can we get Irrevendora? St. Hugo for €5. Fucking hell. That's actually going to count for extra because it's euros. We only need $5. Oh my God. And soon the original reason for calling Final Fantasy what it is will come true, Square Anus. That's right, baby.
Thank you for $5.
Stephen Bromby with a £10. £10. Oh my Christ, it's £10. It's not $10. My God, man. Oh my God, what's he done? He's only gone and fucking dropped the $10. Where's the 10? Where's the 10?
10.
Oh yeah, baby. Fucking yeah, that's it. That's the bar. That's the whole fucking. Oh my God, you guys, that's crazy. Thank you. And another $5. Fucking hell. Oh my God. Bladesgate says for a vodka and lemonade. Great to catch you live. Love, Jimbo. Oh, that's you, buddy. Hey, I never knew that was you, man. Fucking hell. Fuck, I hate this. The way they do that. Jimbo with a Y. I remember that. That takes me right back. Vodka and lemonade. Got the vodka. I've got better at drinking it over time, my old friend. Remember the night we drank a bottle of Absolute Citron and nearly puked. Good to see you, buddy. Thanks for being here, and thank you for joining the grift. And also, massive thank you to Stephen Bromby. Jimbo.
Thank you for $5.
Let's do it. MGS unlocked. Let's go.
Look on your skin, a caress like a blade. You follow our sin through the traps we've laid. Eyes in the darkness, lips stained with sin. Once we pull you closer, you'll never leave again. We are fire inlace, the poison you crave. The softest of chains will make you a slave. Come closer, commander, surrender the fight. Our kiss is your weapon, our love is the night. Would you die for our bodies? Would you kill for a taste? Every bite of temptation leaves nothing to waste. We're the foxes, the serpents, the hunters, the flame, and you'll beg us forever to whisper your name. We are fire inlace, the
muted. He's muted. I can't hear him. Oh, Jimbo, man. I didn't know that was you, Bladeskate. Of course, that's fucking you. You're a legend, man. You appreciate you. Take care, man. Yeah. Do your family thing. I've got to go. I've got to go do my family thing. John, he's speechless. He's literally been rendered silent by the gooning. Literally been rendered silent by the gooning. Guys, that was funny as fuck. I can't. It's all right. You can go, man. It's all right. I'll let you go. I just wanted that reaction, you know. That's funny as fuck. Thank you, guys. I appreciate you so much. It really means a lot to me. To keep hitting these goals, because it's literally keeping the channel alive at this point, frankly. So it's been 2025 was a rough ass year. It means a lot to me. You guys are fucking legends. Nice to see my old IRL mate in the chat as well. We catch up. Last time we spoke was my 38th birthday, I think. 38. Yeah, he called me. I was on the beach. It was a good time, and we must catch up. Maybe one day he can even join the panel. Good guy. You'd like him. Based like us. Has a little girl too. And long may it continue. Anyway, there we go. Thanks, John, for the cameo. Appreciate, mate. Thought it would be funny to give everyone a treat, because it's not the same without you, man. Anyway, thank you, everybody. It's been a great show. I wasn't sure we were going to get a great show today, because different time slot and streaming to 4 people for the first hour, because it wasn't good. I don't know. Do you guys like this time slot? What do you think? You want me to keep it going like this? I might do another one at this time and see how that goes. And if not, I'll just keep nomading this stream later and later until eventually we hit a sweet spot where people are actually free and able to watch. Because as it stands right now, the 10 slot is not the best. People miss it. They can't watch it. I'm just trying to figure this out. That's all. So you let me know. But in the meantime, I appreciate all of you guys being here. And also, as well as that, the donations. You guys are amazing. I appreciate you. I need to update the outro. I still haven't, but I'm going to put the original credits back on. Or should I play the outro being the WTF Live intro? Somebody tell me what you want. You want the regular credit music or the WTF Live intro? You can let me know. In the meantime, thank yous are in order to fucking hell. Saint Hugo, uafomega, Rhoda, Grufus, Rhoda, Skibbity, Sardoc, J Viper, James OP, Rhoda. Fucking hell, man. Generous Rhoda today, man. Appreciate you. Skibbity, Rhoda again, and again. uafomega, James OP, Stephen Bromby, thank you very much, sir. Saint Hugo, and even more Stephen Bromby for the 10. Thank you. And my good pal Jimbo. Great lad. We've known each other since we were tiny little kids. Good kid. Play the WTF where you make me look awesome. All right. I'll play the intro. The WTF Live intro will play you to your sleep. Or me to mine anyway. Much love, everybody. Thank you for being here. Appreciate you. We will be back on Sunday for WTF Live Red Dwarf Edition. Shit, I need to put that fucking video on YouTube. I'm going to upload that. I'm going to switch my account and do that now so that I can link it to the guys. What account shall I switch it to? I don't fucking know. Just whatever, any old shit. System crash will do. There we go. And I'll upload it there and I'll share it to you boys so we can all watch Red Dwarf Night. And I'll play the intro as well. You guys are legends. Thank you. Take care. Spike your hair. Fuck Disney. Fuck Nintendo. At least until they fix their shit. Fuck Square Enix. Kiss my ass, dickheads. Question everything. Respect the fans. Check out the Discord. The link is below, and I will chat to you next time. Till then, from the boys of the fans, tatty bye.